Okay. All right, we waiting on y'all to come up. We told y'all 7:15, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome to the Love Spot Extension. I have Miss Valgrace Wright, and tonight we're just gonna discuss bullying, both youth bullying, and adult bullying. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with my story because it's short. I got bullied. I'm gonna say, well, yeah, first grade because we didn't have pre-K, we had kindergarten. Then we went to first grade. So I got bullied in first grade. And I got bullied in first grade because I didn't have permission to fight. See, my mom was real strict and I couldn't get in trouble. So I had to make sure that I didn't do anything that I would come home and get a whipping for. So when my mom, you know, um, let me know that it was okay to defend myself, it was okay to fight back, I challenged the bully. I was like, we going in the bathroom at whatever time it was, whatever time our break was. I had set that thing up to a T, baby. I had all the girls, boosting it up. And I was like, tell her that we're going to fight during the break. We're going in the bathroom. We're going to fight on the break. And by that time, I was in second grade. So the bully, I was ready because I had learned me some fake karate over the summer. I had learned some fake karate, and I was hyped, baby. I was like, we gonna fight, because I ain't getting bullied no more. Right. And so now, needless to say, she didn't come to in the bathroom. So what happened was everybody that she had been bullying, she couldn't bully anymore because they knew that she was scared. And that's what, it comes out to be. Most bullies are cowards. Most bullies are cowards, and my mother tell you to this day, I cannot tolerate a bully. I can't stand them. I always ended up being the one helping out somebody else that's being bullied because I just have no respect for bullies. But that's my story, because I didn't get bullied long because it just wasn't in me. I just needed to have permission to fight because I could fight. I had to have permission. When my mom was like, no, you don't let nobody do nothing to you. You better not fight, or when you come home, you going to have to fight me. I was like, shoot, you ain't have to tell me that but one time. So anybody that knew me knew I was a scrapper. Yeah, second grade, honey, I was setting up no fights. Look, she said second grade. I was setting up fights in second grade. I was knocking the sticks off the shoulders and everything. You weren't gonna bully me. But Miss Valgrace is gonna tell us her story, which is I don't know how it is because she hadn't even shared it with me yet.
Okay.
But we're gonna get it now.
Y'all see me? Can
they can see it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, my story started in actually kindergarten. I used to get bullied at the bus stops constantly. When I get on the bus, I had to worry about kids teasing and taunting me all the time. I even had one kid that spat on me. Seriously. And see, I wasn't taught to fight people. I always try to be nice and try to be kind to everybody. That's how my mother brought me and my sister up. So I wasn't really taught to go out and beat up on folks or nothing like that. But for some reason, I was just used as a target all the way starting from kindergarten to the 12th grade. I got bullied at the bus stops. I used to have to run home from the bus stop from a teenager who used to pull his knife on me. I used to always run home almost every day crying.
And you was
I was a 6-year-old girl running away from a teenage boy pulling his knife on me. Yeah, seriously. But my mom didn't teach us to fight. She always taught us to be kind to folks. See, I was so too free-hearted to everybody. Right. That was the problem. People took my kindness for weakness. I was assaulted. My first assault was in kindergarten. I was spat on by another student on the bus. And I had my coat stolen from the classroom. My mother had to wind up going to the class and telling the teacher that my coat was stolen because I had on somebody else's coat because mine was taken. So she had to go up to the school. This was at Simonsdale Elementary School. She had to go tell the teacher someone stole my child's coat. And she had to go get my coat from the classroom. So ever since those incidents, my mother had to always wait at the bus stop with me and my sister constantly. folks would taunt and tease us about anything.
Okay.
We were targets, basically.
And it's
we were
nothing
targets.
wrong with teaching your kids to be kind.
It's she
and
taught us to try to be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
She didn't teach us to go out there and punch on people, nothing like that. But they saw the free hardness.
Yeah, they saw the softness in y'all, because it wasn't that y'all didn't have the fight in you. No, it was how you was. Yes, my mom was raising some good gang members.
Now, see, my mother, when she was a kid, she was bullied too.
Okay.
As a child, we got bullied by family members.
Okay.
We got bullied by family members, our own family. Okay. Certain ones, but they did it for fun. But she really was offended. You could tell she would go home and be serious be sad about it. But I don't know. I guess people think that when they see people that are real nice, they can just walk over them like doormats. To them, do anything to them, say anything to them. That's my experience, but everybody's experience may not be different. I've got people that have threatened to shoot me in the past. I'm talking about as an adult. I endure adult bullying as well. I've had
and my son asked me about that. Okay. He said, "Mama," because I told him we're going to be talking about youth bullying and adult bullying.
Yeah.
And he said, "Adult
it happens.
bullying?
Adults do it too now."
And I said, "Yes."
Don't think just kids go through it. Adults go through. I went through it when I was in the military.
Did you?
Yes, ma'am.
Girl, I wish a ninja would. I
enjoyed a lot of stuff.
I would have took that Article 15 real good.
I had my supervisor constantly harass me because I refused to go to bed with him.
Well, they were cowards anyway.
But so but I'm just saying, he would try to write me up for any little teeny thing.
And you ain't know to report him.
I reported him, but the first commander and the first sergeant was always standing for him.
Oh, you should have went straight to what?
IG. I did. I got my ranks back and everything. So
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And then they tried to hold me back from getting my education, but that's all good. I'm getting
but
it
that's
now.
That's what they do. People don't know what they do.
People don't understand.
They do stuff like that.
They don't understand that it affects people mentally and emotionally. And they don't think it just starts in childhood. It starts from childhood, and when they get older as an adult, the survivor of bullying myself, it affects you emotionally.
It does.
It took me years to heal from that. A long time.
And thank God for the healing.
Thank God for the healing. Thank God. God has been keeping me for a long time. If it wasn't for the Lord, I don't know where I would have been.
I can only imagine because I was really nice as a child because like I said before, my mom
laughing. Look at Kentrell.
Before my mom gave me permission to fight, I didn't want to fight. I didn't know about fighting, and my cousin used to fight me. Like we lived out Cannon Park, and my grandma had this swing on her porch, and my cousin and I would get out there, and she would start fighting me on the porch. My grandma never seen it because my grandma was a scrapper, and she would never say anything. She was just looking out the window. So I said, I'm tired of getting beat on.
You know what? I got sick of it too. But my problem was this: when I was a child, I don't like being mean to folks, and that was my weak area. People saw the free hardness in me, and people took advantage of that.
That's not being weak.
It's not being weak, but some people took advantage of my niceness.
Yeah,
they did. A lot of folks that I thought
that's what they do.
That I thought were friends that have betrayed me and turned against me as an adult.
Yeah,
that I've known since like this.
Because they were never your friend.
Exactly. I said, that's okay. God was showing me who my friends were and who my real friends were and who my frenemies were. God had to reveal that to me. I couldn't distinguish between a real friend and a fake friend.
And see, that was my wicked.
That's the thing. I couldn't distinguish that. But as I got older, I started growing up and trying to put the pieces together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've had folks that have turned against me that I've known for years.
I
even had people that I have helped.
But did you ever think like when that
have turned against me?
When they turned against you, did you think back on how they used to treat you in the past?
Oh yeah.
And realize they weren't never for you?
They were never for you, but I couldn't see it. And my parents, the thing about parents is this: they can always see through a person before you can.
Parents and sometimes children.
Sometimes children, but my mama would see through the people that I bring my house. She said, look, you don't need to hang around them. She could see through them.
Yeah.
They could read right through them how they are before you can. And then when you get older and realize, oh, she was right.
Yeah, let me see what Kentrell said. This bullying thing has taken a new form. So many are afraid to speak up and confront problems. Confrontation doesn't mean you're promoting violence.
No,
Right,
it doesn't. It doesn't.
My grandmother
No.
always say, if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything.
That's right.
You gotta stand for yourself.
You
Because just
got
like
to.
when like I was telling you on the porch, my cousins beat me up. And then when I got tired of fighting, I fought her back that one night, and then my grandma made her stop. We never fought again. She just wanted me to stand up for myself.
You got to.
You know.
You got to. I mean, that was the problem that I had as a kid, and now people see the nights, they be like, oh, they look at me like we can just run over her. I don't like to be mean to people. That's my weak area.
I don't
But
think
some
that's
people,
weak.
some people you just don't need to deal with no more. Whether they nice, if a nice person ain't trying to take advantage of you, of course you can deal with them.
Yeah.
But somebody that you say keep on telling you, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, and they keep on constantly doing the same thing that hurt you over and over again. That's a person you just need to leave alone. Period.
But
and
see,
it doesn't mean that you hate them, but you got to protect your spirit man as well.
I don't see being nice. I don't see that as a weakness though. Because I'm gonna tell you, because sometimes I wish that I could be nicer.
I ain't never seen no mean streak in you.
No, because I'm changed.
Okay, well, yeah, we've all changed. But you know, once I got back into church and got back with God, which was like around 1998, when I moved to Memphis, Tennessee, I was trying to heal from all that torture I was being treated when I was going through here. I had to get away for a while.
Okay.
And then I got back into church. I started getting counseling from my pastors at the Memphis. That really helped me.
Okay.
That really did help me heal. It took me years to heal. It took me since 98.
And I can dig it.
I mean, you got to imagine, you're carrying 12 years of mental abuse, verbal abuse, and emotional abuse from children and adults.
Right.
12 years of this stuff I went through, from kindergarten all the way to the 12th grade. Me and my sister got bullied so terribly because my mother drove the patrol car for Cavalier Manor. I used to have to put up with insults from other classmates about my mama. Nobody likes somebody talking about their mother.
Girl, let me tell you.
I'm telling you. You say something about somebody's mother.
You didn't know me.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. We would have went to Cavalier Manor like some renegades.
But I'm like, my mother's sitting there trying to help out the neighborhood, and they're just disrespecting my mother in the classroom. Yeah. I'm supposed to sit there and keep listening to that all the time. It took me years to heal from that stuff.
I bet you.
No child likes their mother to be disrespected.
That's right. And no child should have to go through that. And that's why I always would take up for the people that were getting bullied. You know what I'm saying? Because my grandmother taught me how to pick you off one by one.
That's right.
Y'all might come in a group.
Now my grandmother was
I'll be waiting at the B-loads for you.
She didn't tolerate anybody bullying her. She was just the opposite.
Which one?
My grandmother is the opposite. My sister.
Where's she from?
She's from here.
But
she lives in Philadelphia. She moved there in the 70s.
Okay.
But she's now deceased. God bless her. So she didn't tolerate that stuff. My grandfather was just the opposite. He was yard like I was. I picked up his side.
Okay.
And my sister picked up my grandmother's side.
My
grandmother was tough. She didn't tolerate that stuff.
And that's probably why they worked, because he was faster, she was tough.
Yeah, basically.
But see, I love that demeanor, that niceness, that I love that demeanor, that niceness, and it just wasn't in me.
It was in me, and people took it for granted. It took me years, and God had to let me know you got to set some boundaries. There's some people you got to just completely leave alone, and some folks you need to keep on dealing with in your life. Folks that are trying to take you for granted, you need to leave them folks alone. That's what you're trying to tell me.
That's right.
And for years I kept saying, I need to give them another chance. You can't give people another chance. They keep on walking over you like a doormat. Leave them alone, period.
So tell me this, because I don't, before I go to one of my stores, because my store is probably crazy.
I got more stuff, but I'm not going to get into all that.
But
let you go first.
Well,
go ahead.
I want to know, what do you recommend, first of all, to the children that be facing bullying in school? What do you recommend they do?
I recommend they go to their teacher about it. And the teacher needs to go to the school counselor, and they need to bring both the bully and the victim in the office and talk with them. Now, that's how I had to handle mine one year. This was at Waters.
Okay.
One guy told me that I was a catastrophe.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I said I had to go to the school counselor. It affected me emotionally. I told the
that?
school town, I said, boy sitting here keep on bullying me every time I come out the class. He's saying crazy stuff.
How old? What? That
I
was
was the Waters,
what,
Waters
sixth
Junior
grade?
High, 7.
So y'all, he probably had a crush.
I don't know, but I went to the counselor about it. It affected me emotionally. And then one student told me to go kill myself. Stuff like that is
Girl, if I was your
emotional.
friend,
Look, that's emotional abuse that a child has to endure coming every day
I'm telling
from
you,
different students.
I wouldn't have had that. I'm telling you
Mhm.
that because that's what type of person I was. I probably would have slapped a few on for you. I'm just
I know what you're saying.
because I couldn't stand bullies.
No.
Even now, if I found out you're a bully, I don't want nothing to do with you.
You gotta look at the simple fact that the child that's doing the bully is technically speaking going through some stuff
They're going
too.
through something.
They're going through something too, so they take it out on other people. And when they see somebody who they feel that is weak and nice, they're gonna keep on taunting them, targeting them, and then you become a target that way.
Right. That's right. Yeah, and that's almost a fact.
It is.
That if somebody is bullying, they're being bullied somewhere else.
They're being bullied somewhere else, or something is affecting them in some type of shape or form that affects them mentally as well. So they take it out on other students. Something
going on at home, something they lacking, and they take it out on people they feel are weaker than them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I never bullied anybody. I've always been a boisterous person. I always said what I said. I meant what I said. I ain't trying to hear nothing about what I said. You. But like, I remember when I was in I was going to Douglas Park. I had to been maybe I was in the 4th grade, and these girls, this one girl, she liked this boy I was talking to because I was grown. Yes, so. And she knew she couldn't beat me, right? So she went and got all her little girls and stuff. I knew about 5 of them things. And every day they fought me on the bus. And I mean, I'm fighting every last one on taking them off, trying to fight them all.
Let me tell you something. I've had people throw objects in the back of my head on the school bus. And I mean, I run home crying all the time to my mother about it. I said, look, I can't go back to that school. She said, you got to go to school. You got to finish your education. I even told her, look, I want to. But
she never said fight back?
No, she didn't like to fight either. She always encouraged us to be nice, but sometimes you just got to stand up for folks. You do. Sometimes you get people to run over you. If they see a kindness, too much kindness in you, folks will try to run over you. You can tell the teacher and all that stuff, but you know, at some point you gotta say, look, don't put your hands on me. Yep. I don't want to hear it. I've had people hit me in the back of my head, all kinds of stuff. You know. But you know, had me juvenile delinquent. But that's assault. Juvenile detention. Technically, that's assault. Yes, it is. It is assault. And your mother could have pressed charges. She could have pressed charges on them. She should have. Somebody would have done something. My mom would have either pressed charges or I've been pressing some faces. It would have been one or the other. If you want me not to fight, you better handle this. Because I'm telling you, when I go back in there tomorrow, I'm picking them off. That's good. I don't know if it was tough or crazy. No, you were tough. What it was. You were tough. But that's just how we were raised. There ain't no wrong with that. Because like I was saying, when the bus, can't be nice to everybody. The bus stop thing, my mom, my aunt, when I told my aunt Nat, God rest her soul, I miss her so much, she was like, okay, I'm going to tell you what you do. Don't fight them all no more. She was like, fight the main one. Fight her. Real hard. And so after I had told my aunt, when we got off the school bus that day, my aunt was waiting at the bus stop. She had just drunk her beer. Okay. And just finished it. My sister runs off the bus, and I'm still on the bus fighting. So my aunt was like, what you doing? Where's your sister? You know, she said, my sister. And so she said, she on the bus fighting. She said, get your butt back on that bus and help your sister. And gave her that beer bottle. Okay. Needless to say, we was kicked off the bus. We had to walk like a block or two to get to a new bus stop so we could get to school, because my aunt got us kicked out Puzzle Public School bus because she gave my sister that bottle. But thankfully, hope God bless that my sister didn't use it. My sister was scary. She was scared. She wasn't no fighter. Even when I was in the military, she moved with me to Georgia, and my grandma was giving me the briefing because my grandma's from Atlanta. Okay. And she was like, and she's passed on too. Okay. So she said, you know, and I'm telling you, girl, this is how we was raised. She said, you got your W's, that's your gun.
I, I said, yes, ma'am. She said, now you're going to Georgia. Them women down there don't play. If they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. She said, so as long as you got your W, keep your W on. She said, so if you fight somebody and you see somebody coming in the cut, you take your W out, you shoot them, you keep fighting. And don't you let nobody hurt your sister. That's what she said. I'm like, so I can get beat down, but I got to make sure don't nobody hurt my sister. But that's just how we was raised.
That's good.
We weren't raised to.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Take no tea for coffee. That's what my other grandma used to say.
Yeah.
We weren't raised like that. And so I couldn't even teach a class. Well, I did teach a class on how to identify bullying, what to do, but I couldn't tell you really and truthfully, except for that first grade year, on how it really feels to be violated in such a manner.
It's a violation. It is definitely a violation. And don't think it don't affect a child as they get older. It does. If you have years of somebody taunting you, targeting you, verbal abuse, physical abuse, it's all abuse.
So are you
Bullying
always
is a
on
form
guard?
of abuse. I'm always on guard all the time. It took me years to heal from that. All the time I'm always on guard, constantly.
Do you lash out to now, or
No,
are you still calm?
I'm calm now. It took me years to heal from that. Had to get counseling from the church at Memphis. They helped a lot.
Good.
Because they had people that were going to counseling for different things like marriage counseling, substance abuse counseling, bullying, domestic violence.
Wow.
They were counselors and they had degrees in counseling, my pastors.
Wow, okay.
It was a good church in Memphis, and it really did help me a lot.
I started to get my master's in counseling, but I got it in pre-pastoral. Okay. And then I realized God didn't call me to be a pastor. It's right now. Right now, I don't hear him calling me to be a pastor. Just doing what I'm doing, just putting out information, trying to keep people informed and let people know that they're loved. And that's what's most important.
That's right. That's good.
To let people know that they're loved no matter what you're going through. Somebody's here loving you through all that, and God definitely does.
I'll be graduating from ODU in December for criminal justice.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
I got my bachelor's in criminal justice, honey.
Go ahead.
We sisters-in-law.
Yes. So I took a lot of humanity courses on the stuff we're talking about. Bullying, domestic violence, all that stuff. I want to go back and get my master's degree next year in social work.
Oh, okay.
Counseling. Between counseling and social work.
Okay, that'll be real good. It's something about when you done been through.
Oh, yeah.
This stuff.
If you've been through this stuff, you can help others. But, as a child, you don't know. I used to always question God. Why am I going through this every day? I couldn't even concentrate on my classwork because of the targeting and the bullying almost every day when I go to class. I used to dread going to the classroom. One time I even skipped school.
Oh, yeah, high school.
And high school, man. I skipped school that day because I couldn't tolerate it no more. And everybody in the neighborhood told my mother in the neighborhood, your daughter skipped school. She knew about it before I even got home. You know how the neighbors have to tell everything. They got to tell the parents what you're doing and all that. She just didn't understand the torture that I had to go through every day.
When I went to Manor, because I came from Craddock, so y'all know Craddock was a little rough.
Yeah, that's true.
So I came from Craddock.
But I didn't have no problems at Craddock. I had a lot of friends at Craddock.
You did?
Yeah.
But we was a little rough though, because when I stepped into Manor, it was like, where did doll babies come from? It was like the girls was wearing all this makeup and dressed all prissy, and the boys were preppy. And I'm like, what my mama done did? I ain't used to this. I need to go back to Grease Lightning Land, with the jeans and t-shirts. And, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
So it was.
I came out in '86.
Okay. So I can imagine if that was how they act. If you came from Prado, you probably was a little bit like me. You like your little jeans. And sweaters.
Oh shoot, we weren't in the fashion guru. My mom loved the swap shop, yard sales. We used to get joked on about our clothes.
I'm sure, because that's what type of school that was. That's why I don't understand what Mr. Elliott
you
talking
understand.
about.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Somebody from Manor understand.
That's what type of school that was.
Thank you. Hello.
Like that. Didn't care about what you had on.
They sure didn't, because I had more friends there than Manor. I
put on some butter cookies.
They didn't care nothing about what you wore.
True. I remember my butter cookies in that time. We didn't worry about what you wear. We worried about if you mess with my boyfriend, because we was crying.
I don't understand it.
We was worried about that band.
From somebody from Man to understand.
That band fight on Fridays, because we fighting every Friday.
Jesus.
At the game. The band gonna fight. But okay. Yeah, the Manor was so different. Let's make that clear.
We're not putting down Manor High School.
No. I'm saying that they all was dressing. They were stylish. They were.
Some of them were. And
so,
we got taunted because we weren't having the latest clothes
I can understand.
Or the latest fashion. My mother was thinking about finances. Back then we didn't understand it, but I understand now.
So we just trying
she
to
was thinking about trying to make sure bills are paid and we had clothes on our back. She wasn't worried about trying to keep up with all that fashion stuff.
I love Manor. I'm just saying that when we went, that's what was going on.
That's what was going on.
They were dressed out. Their mamas and daddies were doctors and longshoremen and stuff like that. And my
father was retired Coast Guard. My father wasn't.
I was a fatherless child, honey.
My mama was a homemaker, and my father was retired Coast Guard. He wasn't no doctor.
Yeah. So, but this is what I'm saying. You had a lot of them.
But a lot of folks would judge Cavalier Manor. They would think that every parent was rich.
Yeah.
My father and mother struggled all the time trying to keep bills paid.
So when you went over there, you just dressed regular. The ones that's over there that had a little to do and dressed nice, they might try to pick with you. They ain't pick with me. I guess because I was like mean. I was really mean, y'all. I was so evil. It was ridiculous, and I grew up like I wanted to be playing. I just, I had friends. Who was one of my friends? And my mom would tell everybody, Missy Elliott was my friend.
Cool.
That was my friend. And my mom didn't let me hang out, so we never, hung out. But in school, she was my friend. And not my best friend, but she was one of the ones that could actually deal with my attitude. And then I had a few more once they got to know me. But if you just looked at my face, and I'm looking at you like, what you want? Because I didn't want to be at that school.
I could understand why, because all the torture you went through. If you didn't act
I ain't go through no torture.
I did. I'm telling.
I ain't go through no torture.
I went through it. Assaults, verbal abuse.
Were you in the band?
No, not in band. I was in the band at Norcom. I didn't get bullied at Norcom at all.
I think that's what had a lot to do with it, because when I came, I went straight in the band. I played the saxophone and could play the saxophone. So I was like, they knew me from being in the band, the new girl in the band. Then when I went, I was in the 10th grade, but they didn't try to bully me. Except when I first came when I first came, I went to my first game, and this girl said, it was I think it was their basketball team. They was losing.
Okay.
And we went in the bathroom, and I had to use the bathroom. She had a hot iron and said, who is she? Is she on the other team? I'll burn you with this hot iron. I said, you'll burn me. I said, hold on. I went right out there and got my
God.
I went and got my cousin, and my cousin about cleared that doggone locker room out, because she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
This is that Manor or Crowder?
It was that Manor. But my cousin went to Wilson. And I went and told her what they said. My cousin went in there and said, which one of y'all gonna burn my cousin in her face? And
she said that. Who said? No,
my cousin. I don't know who it was, because I was new. I was real new.
And they did do that kind of stuff over there. But
my cousin.
Everybody at the school didn't get treated right. Let's just be real. They did not.
So maybe
if you didn't fit in a certain category or group, you got targeted. A lot of folks didn't experience it, but me and my sister did. All because my mother all because my mom was trying to protect the neighborhood, and I gotta listen to these kids insult my mama in the classroom every day.
But you know what? They were probably jealous.
They were. That's what I'm thinking too. They were jealous because.
I mean, your mom was on Neighborhood Watch. What is that? What they call it?
She was on Neighborhood Watch. That's what they called it back then.
Watch, and
she was involved with the community and the civic lead, all that stuff.
Then y'all were really sweet. Y'all were raised to be, sweet and caring and stuff. And there is nothing wrong with that, because I'm telling y'all, the way I was raised, I carried that thing. I carried that thing. And so I
Yeah.
had a lot of enemies. I had a lot of,
Mhm.
you know, even my supervisor in the military, because I was so evil, it was like I
Wow.
didn't care about nothing but
Okay.
me. So it was like they would say, well, Max Swain, you this and that. I don't care. I'm 18 years old. I go home. I go home, go. This is how I used to talk to him. I
Yeah.
go home, go to college. I ain't got no family. Okay. That's how I used to talk to my supervisors because I just did not care. And if y'all read my book, if you read my book, you will see how selfish I really was. And because the stuff in my book is true, I was selfish. And so it was like being having that attitude of always ready to fight. Like when I was working at the jail, the girl said, I ain't never seen nobody like you. You go from 0 to 300 in seconds. I had an issue. I had an issue.
Everybody had their issues. My issue was being too free-hearted.
And mine was being anger management.
Oh, wow. Well, hey.
You know what I'm saying? It was anger management.
I'm just saying, you can't be nice to everybody. Well, folks take advantage of that.
But I never used it to be a bully. I always was like the bully slayer, but I never used it to be a bully, because I just could not respect a bully.
I'm going to tell you one thing, no bully or not, no one, and I mean no child, does not like anybody respecting their mother.
Disrespecting, yeah.
Whether you a bully or not.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. My son, I know somebody called, y'all know I'm fat, right? Shoot. The boy called my son mama fat. He said, with your fat mama. He said, with your fat mama, right? So my son done punched the boy in the face about 5 times. So I'm like, oh my goodness. This got a few years ago. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, well, why did you punch him in the face? Because he said, with your fat mama. I said, but your mama is fat.
My goodness.
And he was like, well, he don't talk about my mama. And
no child likes somebody talking about their mother. Whether they're a bully or non-bully. Nobody likes, no child likes somebody disrespecting their parents. Come on now.
No, I can't. Listen, let me tell you something. That would have been one fight I would have won and lost. Oh, no, 50-50 cent chance, I would have won it. But I wait till you talk about my mama. I slap you right in the mouth. I don't even care if it's true. I don't care if it's true. I don't slap you in the mouth. But I remember when the girl, when I was in the military, and this girl used to walk around and she used to act like she's so hard and used to act like I needed somebody to protect me, and I was a lover, not a fighter, really. And so
go ahead.
I used to let her act like she was my bodyguard. Right?
Girl, you funny.
Because if you read my book, you would see how much dirt I was doing. So while I was doing my dirt, she was calling herself protecting me from the other women. And so I let her be my bodyguard. And then one day she turned on me.
That's what happened.
I choked the daylights out of her. She was like...
These folks that say, oh, you're my friend. Oh, we'll be friends for life. I've had them turn on me too.
Girl, sure. I choked daylights out of that girl. She told me, I thought you couldn't fight. I said, I ain't never tell you I couldn't fight. I just let you fight. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I tell people, stop picking with folks.
That's
you don't know where they've been.
That's right.
You don't know what kind of mindset they have. You don't know their story until they tell you their story.
That's right.
And you walk up on the wrong somebody that's been, recovering. Because that's what I call myself.
That's right.
I'm recovering from all that mess I used to do and all that anger and all that evilness.
And see, I had to recover from unforgiveness. God had to teach me that so much.
Girl,
it was hard for me to forgive my torturers. And it took me years to forgive, but you got to forgive. That's required by God. You have to forgive folks that mistreated you in the past. If God forgave you of your sins, you got to forgive your trespasses.
If you don't
have
forgive,
to. It's in the Word of God. You have to forgive them.
You can't move on.
You can't move on with your life if you don't forgive.
I know, because see, it's like I used to hold on to stuff for a long time.
Oh yeah,
to the point where
I held it on for years.
Girl, sometimes I didn't know why I was mad at you. I'm like,
it took me years to forgive folks who have turned on me, betrayed me, hurt me verbally or physically. God had to show me, look, you got to forgive these people. If you got to move on, I want to advance you. You got to let this stuff go.
But one thing he didn't say is that we have to forget. Now, we
do. We don't have to remember. You got to remember. Won't repeat it. You don't have to repeat the same stuff that we endured, but you have to forgive your trespasses.
I will forgive you.
You forgive them, but you can't forget what they did. It lingers on, but you got to still forgive. But you don't have to deal with them.
Right.
You know. But you got to forgive them. That's requirement of God.
You got to clear yourself.
You got to clear yourself, clear your mind, clear your heart.
You can't move on. And you got to move
to that past. And that way God can move you forward.
Because I'm telling you, y'all, oh my goodness. I wasn't bullied like we discussed. I wasn't bullied, but the men.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. They try to dog you out, baby.
Let me tell you something.
Y'all better read my book, but don't do what I did in the book, because it's not healthy.
No.
It's not healthy at all what I did. I was on a rampage because I wasn't going to let hurt come back up in here.
I don't blame you.
Love didn't live here no more. It was all about business. It was all about what I can get. That book, I'm telling you, I wrote it just so that people that don't read will be able to read it, because it's short chapters.
We've been through our toxic relationships. I have too. I'm not going to go into detail, but you got to forgive them too.
You do.
You got to forgive them also.
Because you can't go. How you gonna go to another relationship?
You can't carry that stuff on. You got to let it go. They going on with their lives, and you got your life to go on. And you still hold on to that stuff. Let it go.
You looking stupid because you still sad.
And they going on with their lives, minding their own business. Happy. They could care less about you. But still forgive them and move on with your life.
Yep, you have to. You cannot hold on to that garbage.
No, you can't.
You can't hold on. And you can't keep going backwards.
No, you can't. Definitely
you got
not.
Some people that
even if they come back to you and tell you, "Oh, I'm sorry how I did you. Let's try this again." No. Never go back.
They know I like
Never
to eat.
Go back.
They try to get me some food.
No.
They be like, let me take you out.
No.
They be like, let me take you. They know I like food.
You can forgive them and still. You can forgive them and still not deal with them.
But God blessed me to be able to pay for my own seafood, so I don't need the.
That's right.
I don't need you to buy me no food.
God is blessing me to take care of myself now, so have a nice life.
But for them women that, all it take is a box of chicken, 2 liters, and biscuits.
Please.
Come on, you better than that.
Don't fall for that.
You are better than that.
That's right.
You are worth so much more. No. You need groceries. Let them fill your refrigerator up. Don't let them buy 2-liter soda and 6 biscuits and some chicken.
That ain't a meal.
No.
That's not groceries. God can provide for the meal for you.
Exactly.
In the biblical days, what he provide? 2 fishes and how many loaves of bread?
5.
5 loaves of bread. So he can provide for you. Trust me, I'm a witness.
And so am I. So am I. When I ain't had no money and nothing coming, I still ate, baby. I ain't lose not 1 pound.
Hello.
Thank the Lord. But these men will come up you with this foolishness, and they'll buy you that little bit of chicken meal, and then they'll eat all your doggone groceries out your refrigerator. Come on, keep your eyes open. That's why I have my conferences. That's why I'm having this empowerment luncheon, because I want the women to know just how important they are, how special they are. You know what I'm saying? That they are worth so much more than what it is on TV, what's being portrayed on those videos and stuff like that. You are worth so much more, and I just ask y'all to come to the empowerment luncheon. It's only $20. $20. You're gonna get a nice meal, and we're just gonna talk to you. The older ladies, and we're gonna let some people to give their little testimony, and try to help you and let you know.
Speaking of book, I don't mean to change the
Go
subject.
ahead.
I've had some former bullies
Mm-hmm.
that have came and apologized to me. I forgot to say that.
Really?
Yes, they hugged me and said they were sorry.
So they know.
So
that
they
did
knew
it
how they
wrong.
treated me was wrong. I guess the Holy Spirit was
That's a blessing.
convicting them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw them in the grocery store, one lady hugged me and said she was sorry. I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "My God, God must have been convicting her
Probably for a while.
for a while. He must have been convicting her for a while."
And he'll do it.
I had two people that said they were sorry and hugged me.
He'll do
I
it.
saw one in the grocery store, one at a convenience store.
He said he'll take care of it.
He will handle those. He will handle those that have tortured you.
And
He will.
sometimes we'll get to see it like you did, and sometimes you won't.
I wasn't expecting it.
But you just have to, you
Mhm.
know, you really
I guess
just,
that was part of my healing process.
Mhm.
Had to be.
and that's good though. I mean, it's good
Yeah.
to know that you've healed because
Yes.
only you know.
Yes.
You can sit here and tell me all day, "Oh, I'm healed, God heal me," but inside, you still hurt.
Yeah.
You
It
know what I'm
takes a
saying?
while. It doesn't have. It doesn't. Healing doesn't happen overnight. Everybody's different.
I know I used to be like,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah, I'm over him. I'm over him," and him be right there with me.
That's funny.
I said, my girl reaches the car and say, "Is he there?" No, girl.
You was funny. I
couldn't even let them hold me accountable because I'm like, he be right there. So you know, you just it takes some time, and for some people it just takes longer. You know,
some people it's a process for some people.
it took me a long time to get over my first heartbreak. 20-some years.
Yeah, it took me a while to get over my ex-husband.
Yeah, so
it took a while, but I got over.
So we just not want y'all to know you're not in this by yourself.
Nope.
There are other women out here willing to talk to you, willing to tell you what they've done, and willing to show you the way they use. Because you have to make your own decisions. God give us free will to do that.
Yes, He does.
We can just tell you what we did to help you. Because I'm over almost 50.
I'm 51.
I'm almost finished. I got a good 20. What you say? We're gonna live about 72 years. So I'm almost 50. I got maybe 20, 30. I'm pushing for 35, 40 more. But, you know, I don't have nothing but time to tell you my stories to help you get through your journey. And I'm pretty sure that there's other women out there that we're going to see when we have this event on October 19th at 10 to 1. It's just 3 hours, lunch included. And we're going to talk about some of the stuff that you may have in your life, some stuff that may come up, what you can do, and your vision. As long as you have breath in your body, you need to keep striving for that vision. Because even if God give me 2 years of financial freedom, that's 2 years I can just breathe. Exactly. And say, thank you, Lord, for everything. 2 years. I don't need but 2 years. I'm just saying, you know, so you got to speak. But if you stop the process, you'll never get there. You have to move towards your blessing. Got to move into your blessing. You cannot stop. You can't say, that's right, I've done all I can do. You haven't. If you got breath in your body, you got to keep moving towards your blessing. So, Mrs. Valgrace, I thank you so much for being brave enough and bold enough to come up and talk about your...
this was a challenge for me. I had to pray about it. I said, no, the Lord said, go on and do it.
I'm glad. I'm glad you did it.
I'm glad I did it too. I'm glad
you did it because it's somebody that needs to hear it.
Yeah, and someone needs to hear it.
Let me tell you how my page go. Don't nobody want to come on while I'm talking. But by the time I wake up tomorrow, they'll be done watch this video. So I whoever this is for, just know that God loves you. Yep. I love you. Make sure you love yourself. That's important. Amen. Because the only way you can love yourself, love someone else, is if you love yourself. That's right. If a person don't love God, I always say, how can you love me? How can you can't love me? You don't love him. You know, you got to have some kind of foundation. Yeah. Got to. So get to know him. I'm telling you. And because I told my mom yesterday, I said, I'd rather die and find out there's no God. But live as if there is one. Than to die and find out Well, then to not live as if there's a God and die and find out there is one. Because I get more pleasure out of serving Him than I ever did in the world.
Yeah.
I get more, I have fun, I still laugh, I'm still silly, as y'all see, I still joke. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't do some of the stuff I used to do because I still dance. I have a good time, but I do it in a way that is pleasing to Him. So if you don't know Him, I ask you to get to know Him. And so we're gonna leave y'all on that. Miss Valgrace, you want to say anything to him?
I just want to say, be encouraged, everybody. If you're enduring any type of abuse in school, whether school, home, or work, take it to God. Go talk to a pastor or talk to one of the school counselors, because that's what I had to do. Talk to your pastor at your church. Go talk to one of the counselors if you're enduring any school bullying or workplace bullying. Talk to the boss, the supervisor, if you're enduring that as well. And if you can't get any results from your boss, go over his head if you have to.
Yeah. You don't deserve abuse.
You don't deserve, and bullying is abuse. Whether it's verbal, physical, or emotional, it all falls under abuse.
And you are worth so much more.
All of y'all worth so much more. You don't have to tolerate nobody.
All right. God bless you.
God bless everybody.
See y'all next time.
Have a great one.